People, talk about epicness, talk about badassery, talk about just overall how to do a fight. This is why I read manga, this is why I watch anime, this is why this is my source of entertainment, my primary source of entertainment, because of stuff like this, like absolute greatness. In a world that we live in where you got fights like the latest Logan Paul versus Mayweather shit, I just look at it and I'm like, yo fam, we live in a reality where we just saw Maki on some epicness in a manga and I'm subjected to this shit. Yo, what world are we living in right now, fam? Take me back to Jujutsu Kaisen, because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what to expect with Jujutsu Kaisen 151, if we were gonna get Maki versus Naoya, or if Naoya was going to chicken. I didn't know what to expect, just keeping it real. But what we got with 151, I gotta just praise her again, yet again. What are you doing, Gege? Like, how? When? What? How are you making this character so freaking incredible? How are you making such a badass character? How did you make Maki my favorite female character of Jujutsu Kaisen? Hands down, bar none. In the last few chapters, well, I don't even argue more, but oh my god, people, we gotta talk about it. Without further ado, let's jump into a little bit of that Jujutsu Kaisen greatness! That Maki supremacy. I love Maki. Oh my god. Let's do it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
So Jujutsu Kaisen 151, it starts off with a flashback of Naoya as a child, and he seemed like he was very privileged, and it seemed as though he was very entitled at the very least. He was basically brought up to think that, yeah, I'm going to be the next in line to, you know, inherit the Zenin clan. I'm awesome. And, you know, there's people that are worthless out there. There's people that, like this one man that doesn't even have any cursed energy or anything like that. He must look despicable. Oh my god. It's interesting because while he looked down on somebody like that, his first encounter with Toji would change his life. To be honest with you, I feel like this chapter exposed Naoya immensely. It exposed Naoya in a few different manners. Not only what happens with him and Maki, we'll get to it, don't worry, but I also feel like this chapter from start to finish was demonstrating just how much of a fanboy this guy really was of the people that, like, you know, like Gojo, like Toji, people that he looked down on, especially Toji, somebody without, you know, cursed powers and things like that, cursed energy. He was a fanboy. It's crazy because, you know, the stuck-up snooty son of a biatch, and he's kissing ass, or at the very least behind the scenes, I wanna be Lord Senpai, mate. Can I fucking be Lord Senpai, Toji, mate? I don't know why I made him sound like a 90-year-old British guy, but YOLO. We cut from that flashback where again it looked like Naoya just saw God when he ran into Toji, or the devil, I don't know. It was just like a menacing look that Toji had back then, which again, Gege loves incorporating Toji. How many times we've seen Toji? Not that I'm complaining by any means, please, but yeah, Gege loves to incorporate and just showcase the importance of Toji to this story, which is wild because it almost feels like Toji's been more important and even better incorporated into the story without being there. Like when he was physically here, he did some shit, but everything we hear about him is even more impressive. But we cut back to the fight of Naoya versus Maki, and I ain't gonna lie, throughout the chapter, Naoya was putting in work. Like they immediately start to throw down, Naoya knees her, and I'm just kind of like, okay, alright, I didn't want it to be one-sided anyway, but throughout the whole entire chapter, I'm just keeping it around like, Maki, you better take him down. You better take him down, girl. Like if you want me to fanboy over you for the rest of this series, take him down. But again, Naoya was putting in work because he's smashing her into boulders. He's like, you are not Toji, which again, showcasing his level of fanboyism. Like he's fanboying over Toji. That's been his life thing. We'll demonstrate it more throughout the chapter as we talk, but him saying things like that, you are not Toji, is he probably got excited for a moment. He probably in the last chapter when he saw the resemblance of, holy shit, Maki looking like Toji, what's going on here? He probably wet his pants like, I, senpai, is back, mate. And the depths of some of the conversation. The sin of the insignificant is ignorance of strength. No one understood Toji except Satoru, another one. Like it seems as though again, not only was Naoya a massive fanboy of Toji, but also of Gojo, which don't get me wrong, Gojo, absolute beast and a monster. We've known this for a very long time, but just to hear again a snooty son of a biatch like Naoya saying these things, it's wild. And again, he's just like going on a tantrum. It's not you. It can't be you. Naoya is such a bitch ass motherfucker. Grabs her leg and he's tossing her around. Like I will give credit to Naoya. Like he was whipping her ass a lot throughout the chapter, and it was brutal. It kind of reminded me to a certain degree almost like some Goku and Vegeta. Like remember when they were fighting Majin Vegeta versus Goku, and like they were just smashing each other into boulders, and at even one point Vegeta like was slapping Goku around and shit like that. That's the level of intensity that I felt with this fight. Like he's just throwing her everywhere, disrespecting her, then says the one who stands with them is is me. Again, him saying like, yo, my role models, the people I look up to, my heroes damn near is me, which I gotta keep on stressing is wild. This guy talks like he is the shit, like everybody's below him, and here he is praising these dudes. And at a given point, Maki even recognizes, yeah, this is bad, because he's even planning to punch through her at top speed, which goddamn. But we get more of an idea of how epic and what has happened with Maki. Basically, Maki has turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger. She's a Terminator at this point, okay? Because it said basically Maki's got a body of steel broken from cursed energy in exchange for Mai's death. So Mai's passing turned her into the Terminator. Like, yeah, that's wild. But we also got to put things into perspective, right? Because at the end of the day, yeah, spoiler alert, I hope you read the chapter before you hear me talk about it, Maki wins, right? But let's take into account, it's even, you know, referenced again throughout the chapter. Like, so she fought her father. Mind you, she got her ass whipped prior to that against her father, but she fought her father. Let's not even forget that she just went through a traumatic nightmare in Shibuya, but she fought her father. That was hell. She had to fight with the uncle and all of these people, all of these motherfuckers, sustaining injuries, blood loss all over the place. Like, she's already been beaten and battered before even going into this fight, and she's still moving forward. I love Maki supremacy. However, Naoya has basically subsonic speed, but fam, some of even the art, like when Maki has her arms out looking like she wants a hug, and she says Shiranui gata, and she says let me embrace you. I'm like, oh my god, she's so epic. Like, a lot of the times, dudes, including myself, I've been guilty of this, you see a bad looking chick and that's why you be fanboying over her. You be like, oh my god, and stuff like that. Like, yeah, Maki looks good and all that stuff, like whatever, but that's not any reason why I'm rocking with her, and that makes it even 10 times better. I'm rocking with her because not only is she an awesome written character, but she's just absolutely badass. It took Yaga Akutami to come through and showcase like, yo, you can make top tier legendary female characters in manga and anime. Let me show you how it's done. Insert Maki, baby. Then it gets really complicated because basically it said when someone using projection sorcery and they touch an opponent, that person must also move at 20 frames per second. So we basically turned into a simulation, and failure means 1 second of freezing. So in other words, basically if you fail at what's going on there, you're going to have to freeze for a split second, and what's going on there this whole entire battle, you can't lose a second. And basically that also explains what's going on with Naoya. It's not that he's moving, oh my god, ridiculously fast. There's a set numeric principle to his speed. It's 24 frames per second, 24 movements per second. And how epic is it that Maki is able to deduce that? And a lot of it is due to, again, her sister passing, because Naoya, he's moving at top speed, once again talking more shit. You're an imposter, it's me, I'm the guy that's supposed to be with Toji and Gojo. Whoa! I meant Gojo, but it was funny the first take, I'm not re-saying that. And she basically lets him know, yo, I'm onto you, I know what's going on, because now with that body that she obtained after again losing she's basically like a beast. And we cut to the final page and we see Maki standing and Naoya is there smashed onto the ground, and she says, sorry, say that again. And I'm just gonna insert the last word. She didn't say this, but she should have. You little bitch! Hands down, absolutely love this chapter. Absolutely have to stand Maki, stand what's been going on in Jujutsu Kaisen, because it's crazy. This isn't really even technically like, this isn't the culling games, right? Like, she just was going back to the Zenin clan base to get some tools, and yeah, well, I'm gonna go get this hammer, but while I'm at it, let me just massacre all you guys real quick, you know, real quick. And she's so bad enough, she got it done. I mean, outside of Maki and Megumi, like, there's not much of the Zenin clan left. I mean, I guess her mom is there, and, you know, there's some stragglers and shit like that, but in terms of the warriors, Maki cleaned house. The same one that they said was, you know, a little weakling, mate, like, yeah. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know, and I honestly would have called BS if Naobito was still alive and she defeated Naobito. I don't know, I probably would have called BS, just keeping it real, because Naobito seemed like he was on a whole other level. Naobito dying kind of opened up like, well, these motherfuckers, she got a crazy ass power up. Her sister just died. She's already been determined to take y'all down. A little bit different. But I'm very curious what you guys thought about this battle against Naoya. How did you feel? Again, do you feel like it was too easy? Honestly, it wasn't easy. If you just read the chapter, you see he mashed her all around through the rubble. He talked shit to her. It was a hard one. Your thoughts on Maki as a character? Is she best gal right now? Best? It feels disrespectful to say just best gal. Is she one of the best characters in Jujutsu Kaisen right now. Is she the best? Like, that's a little debatable. There's some awesome guys and gals there, but yeah, your overall thoughts and expectations for Jujutsu Kaisen with chapter 152 and beyond. Praise Maki. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga on life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And, yeah, Stan Maki, yet again. Probably best character in Jujutsu Kaisen. Love her. Love her. Love her. Have an awesome day.
So just go to